Hi everyone, and welcome to Nuna's Nunchi, where I do a deep dive into some of our favorite K-dramas from a mental health perspective. Jeong, unexpected. Jeong, growth. When the Camellia Blooms is a beautiful, poignant example, especially in the final episode, of what I mean by Jeong, unexpected, Jeong, growth. Let me explain what I mean by that. We tend to look at the problems of the world. This is human nature, including myself. Woe is me. Misery loves company. What's going wrong? Who didn't do what? Who hurt me? Who wronged me? What I'm terrible at? What I don't like about myself? Jeong, unexpected is my angle on what is going right. What is right with this world? Who did what to you that was wonderful that you didn't expect? Jeong, unexpected. And or grew on you. Jeong, growth. You know people grow on you. You know what I'm talking about, right? Those first impressions are the people you're like, nonchalant about, but then turn out to be your best friends. Or, in the case of When the Camellia Blooms, the community of Ongsan, or the neighborhood of Ongsan, was there for Dong-baek in her greatest time of need. I would say that was her lowest of the low point of her life. If you have not seen that K-drama, beautiful story of resilience, and there are moments that you think that is her low. No. She reaches that low toward the end of episode 19, just a realization with her mother, who she is, her birth mother that abandoned her, another common trope. But then the community, the neighbors that didn't like her so much, in fact, in the beginning of the K-drama, we see them bully her, flat out bully her. They're mean. You're like, oh, but you know those K-dramas where you just feel so sorry for the female or male lead. You're like, how dare these people do that to them, right? I felt that way about Dong-baek and being like, come on, Dong-baek, stand up for yourself. They're bullying you. These women did that because, well, she faced some stigma. Single mom, had a child out of wedlock, ran a bar. More on that later. But what I really want to get at is the final episode. I rewatched it recently because I was feeling down myself, physically under the weather, dealing with my medical challenge, and I felt sick. So I was like, you know what? What's going to cheer me up? Let me think of those K-drama endings that I love. By the way, great mental health boost. Watch your favorite K-dramas or those K-dramas of your favorite endings. When the Camellia Blooms is one of my favorite endings, aside from my Mr. in Reply 1988. Episode 20, we see the unexpected Jeong that Dong-baek experiences, the love of the community that was there for her in her greatest time of need, and the growth from that. Meaning, where the community was in the neighborhood women, especially the Ajumas, not so good to her, didn't think much of her, jealous of her, envious. And then we see that Jeong grow and develop, where these women would do anything for her. And okay, let me do the best I can to go through this beautiful sequence of scenes showing a critical moment for Dong-baek and the community and what they did. This is what I mean. Have you ever thought about, in the times of need, your greatest struggles, who you would go to? Well, I need you to think that, because that's actually one of the key things I ask to clients. Hey, who is your support system? Identify them in all different places. Your go-to at work, go to the community, go to the home, go to the family. Who is it? Know who they are. However, we're full of flaws. They will fail you and disappoint you at times. The people you think that should be there or could be there for you may not be in the times you expect. But I don't need you to hold on to that. In fact, I'm asking you to look at who is there for you, who has been there unexpectedly, that you're like, oh my gosh, yes, they were there for me. I didn't expect that. That's the Jeong unexpected. That is pretty powerful. That is what I want you to look at today with When the Camellia Blooms. Her mother, her birth mother that gave her up, basically abandoned her. Another common trope, more on that later. She obviously felt resentment, anger, hated her mother at times, didn't want to have anything to do with her, but her mother was dying in critical condition. And this is just, I'm just kind of summarizing as best I can. And then we get to episode 20 where she has a critical moment where she could die. She's transferred to the main hospital. But what the community, the neighbors of Ongsan, that's the community that Dong-baek lives in, Gong Hyo-jin's character, they go way out of their way. And I'm talking boom, boom, boom. It's like an assembly line of kindness, reciprocal kindness, paying back. But what I mean by the Jeong unexpected is that in the beginning of the K-drama and playing throughout, you didn't think much of them, and you know that's how K-dramas work, right? You're not liking the people that bully the main leads, right? And you're like, how terrible are they? They bullied her. They looked down on her. Dong-baek is a single mom, had a child out of wedlock, running a bar frequented by men, right? All breaking all the rules here. But somehow through it all, she, with her, just who she is, and as she grows her own Jeong with herself, that's another point, but then the Jeong growth in the community for this woman when she needed it. With the murderer after her, okay, that's part of the story, but also the fact that her mother was in critical condition, needed to be transferred to a hospital, and basically needed all the help in that critical moments, and the neighborhood gave it to her. What I love are some of the words said. Let me explain. I'm not gonna say them in Korean. I'm not gonna even bother saying them in Korean because I'll butcher it. But the narration is done by the main character, the main guy, Gong Hyo-jin. He says things like, miracles don't really happen, miracles don't exist, but it's the miracles and heroes or heroes in us that come together, right? Pulling it all together, Jeong, for those that we need to step up for. Miracles, I do believe in miracles. So I don't think he means that literally, because that's my interpretation, because in that moment, what he's trying to say is there are miracles in us, in our acts, that we can do Jeong unexpectedly or get it unexpectedly when we did not expect it from people, or do it for people that we least expect. Does that make sense? You know, when you feel that kinship, all of a sudden you're like, I relate to this person, didn't think much of him or her, they know, but you know what? They need me now, and I feel this kinship, let me help them, or I want to care for them, or I want them in my life. The Jeong unexpected for Dong-baek was this community that she didn't know she was building, growing through the Jeong, that literally in those moments, I love the moment where all the cars split. She says their hearts, mom, soul, their hearts were there. And she didn't say for me, but that's what she was saying. They were there, because she narrated that part. And the ambulance carrying her mom to the hospital was able to get through with all the cars parted. And that's the acts of beautiful kindness and love through Jeong by the neighbors of Onsan, saving her mother. Basically, it wasn't Dong-baek that saved her mother or any of that. It was the people that saved her life because they got the best doctor to care for her. And when I mean Jeong unexpected too, the lawyer that didn't think much of her, that female lawyer, I love that actress, hated her guts, right? But at the end, did anything for her, got the best doctor for her through her connections. The people that you saw mean to her, they did everything they could. That's what I mean by Jeong unexpected. So in your life, who do you think has done that for you? Because I need you to think of those people in the moments that you need. Why? Because you're going to look to the people that you expect, and then they will disappoint you. I'm trying to get you to be unexpected about the Jeong. And when it comes to you, see it and go, well, you know, oh my gosh, this new person I barely know said something to me on Facebook. I see that all the time, and it touched that person. Or you decide to text somebody. This happened to me actually the other day. I'm just checking on the person, never met this person, an acquaintance through our clinical work. Somebody I met last year in COVID. Just, how are you doing? What's going on? I said something, this person gave me the most encouragement that I've gotten in the last 6 weeks. I'm not saying all y'all out there are not encouraging me, no. But that Jeong I felt in that moment, you don't have to experience Jeong through people you've known over years. I believe that. Jeong can bring people together unexpectedly, unexpected people together through a bond of an experience, an object, places, things, whatever that is. Onsan was it for Dong-baek. So that's what I'm saying to you guys. We tend to look at, woe is me, who's not doing right, the world is all terrible. But what has the world done right? Who has done right for you unexpectedly? Please look at that. That's super important for your mental health, because I need you to look at those things, because we tend to dismiss. We tend to have this linear view of, okay, this is the way it should be. These are the people that should be there. Yeah, they're going to disappoint you because no one's perfect. But those that you think wouldn't be there and are, that's the powerful Jeong I'm getting at today. And that's what it was for Dong-baek. This, I would say, about 20-minute sequence in the final episode 20 of When the Camellia Blooms. Watch it. If you have not watched this K-drama, this is one of the K-dramas I recommend to boost your mental health, specifically if you are depressed. Watch this K-drama. The ending will fill your cup, And really, I believe, oh my gosh, if I could measure your serotonin levels, yeah, rise. I believe it. So I want you to understand, Jeong in unexpected places, but know this, Jeong can grow and develop over time in places, people, areas, communities that you didn't expect or even wouldn't have imagined. Never say never. Find that Jeong unexpectedly, and that's what happened for Dong-baek. The community that bullied her, I'm talking bullied, at the very end of the journey of that K-drama, they were there. What I love, my favorite scene actually of that, Dong-baek's son is like about to eat and he sees the woman's son, the woman that was the meanest to her son, pray. And he's like, why are you praying? He's like, well, I didn't know you prayed. And then the kid's like, your grandmother's sick. Harmony akpo. And he was like, that to me is the Jeong unexpected. Even that. I'm praying for your grandmother. On that note, who is supporting you? Who's praying for you that you didn't expect? Who says the words that you're like, this just made my day? And all I did was just text you to see how work was going. Bam. Think about those. Bring them up right now in your brain to help your well-being, especially if you're feeling depressed. Thanks for watching Nuna's Nunchi. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button to receive notifications for more episodes to come.